He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Well, good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Trying out a very different way today. Just this is the hack that I use back here. Is there's an internet outage in my area, so I hope that you're able to get me loud and clear. I hope that we're still able to have our story time, and we do have a wonderful book to read together. And this one is From My Window, and this one is coming from Otavio Jr. and Vanina Starkoff, and of course coming to you from Barefoot Books. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope that you're okay wherever you are, and indeed, apologies for coming in late, but all morning here it looks like, well, at least part of this morning I've been awake. We have no internet. There's an internet outage here, so just hoping that this works, and we still get a story in, and we still get some time together. Thank you so much for joining in, and I was not sure if we're going to be on, but I'm glad that thanks to hotspots and everything else, we're here. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and I am so glad that we're here indeed together. Please let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you, and indeed very shortly we'll be getting started with our story. As you know, this week we've been covering some stories that just help us, remind us, to take care of our environment, take care of our forest, and be responsible citizens if you're out there, be responsible campers if you're out there camping, and following all the guidelines on where to light fires, if to light fires or not, and indeed in designated places. So thank you so much. And if you see, others being irresponsible, or people not following directions, let somebody, let the park ranger know, let somebody know that can go ahead and do something about it. But thank you so much for joining in for time. Glad we're here, and let us see how this goes today. I'm so excited though that we're still able to have story time. Happy Friday to you indeed. Next time we have story time, it might be a new set. Stay tuned and let us see what happens from there. Thank you so much for joining in story time. Excited to be here with you. Let us see this morning who is with us, and please let me know if you can hear me. Sarah and Nathan, thank you so much for joining in this morning. I'm glad that you're here. Actually, I think I had already sent a message saying we would not be live, but we're here. Thank you so much, and please let me know the quality of stream that you're getting, and I hope that it is good. If not, we'll make sure that we bring this book back very soon again, maybe even Monday, so that people can actually catch up. But if not, if everything is okay, then we're going ahead. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and I am glad that you're here. You're out in Illinois as always. Thank you so much for joining in, Sarah and Nathan, and of course Amanda. Thank you so much. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Betty Graydon. How are you doing today out in Florida? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciations, hugs. Thank you for being here. Always good to see you on the live with us. And of course, good morning to you. Happy Friday. Yes, indeed, Amanda. Say hi, friends, and happy Friday to all of you. Thank you so much from sunny Seattle. Well, thank you so much for being here. Baby Pia, hugs to you. And you're playing dress up this morning. Oh, it sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, too, as we are out there, enjoying Think of those little things. What do you see from your window? Or indeed, what do you love about your neighborhood? I think that was one thing that we're going to be talking about today. What is one thing? What is one thing that you hear that you love about your neighborhood? Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. Thank you, Amanda. Good to know. So we can hear you. We can hear you quite clearly. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad about that. The screen blurs once in a while, but not horrible. No lag. Yes, we'll take it for now, and then we'll make sure that we bring the Facebook back when we have our proper internet back on. Thank you so much for all that feedback. I appreciate it. Thank you indeed. And I'll try not to move too much, maybe, so the camera is trying to focus, refocus and focus every time. Thank you for being here. Absolutely appreciate you. Yes, YouTube is rocking. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amanda. It's good to know Amanda West Facebook is working. Thank you. And Amanda Wortman on YouTube, loud and clear. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then, yeah, we'll be getting started with our story. Thank you so much. Miss Champion, thank you. Appreciate you. Happy Friday to you, and indeed happy Friday to this lovely community. Love you to bits and miss you so much. Hopefully see you soon. Thank you. Have a great weekend yourself, but please don't go away until we've read our book. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Absolutely appreciate you. Yes, indeed, we do have a lovely book to read together, and this one is From My Window, and it is coming to you from Otavio Jr. and Vanina Starkoff, and this one is coming to you from Barefoot Books. A big thank you to them for allowing us to read this lovely book here on Storytime. So getting started very shortly, and even the music today, I had to do something else to get it going, and hopefully it's not too loud. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Join me after this short break so we can get started with our story for today. Thank you indeed for being here. I am glad that you're here with us. Thank you. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Christine Mitchell-Adams. I'm a mama and an artist, and I believe that books are a great way for children to have access to the arts on an everyday basis, which is why I believe that programs like Storytime with Mr. LaMotta are so important.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's read together. Thank you so much, Christy. And of course, good morning to you as well, for then out there in Vermont. All right, here we go. From My Window. Please remember, too, what is one thing that you love about your neighborhood? One thing. There's one thing that you love about your neighborhood. And if you have more, please share, type them away, and of course, we'll read them after the talk. But let's enjoy, in the meantime, this beautiful story that is based on where Otavio Jr. grew up, the author of this book in Brazil. And this one is illustrated by Vanina Starkoff and translated from Portuguese into English by Beatriz C. Diaz. And this one is coming to you from Barefoot Books. Yes, Barefoot Books, an amazing women-run organization. And if you can find their books, please, or look for their books. Let me just say if you can find their books. So their books are there. Find them, and indeed at your local library, find them where you find books, and many amazing stories, some of which we've shared here on Storytime. All right, here we go. From my window, I see a lot. I see a lot of bricks and patched roofs. What do you see from your window? From my window, I see a lot of bricks and patched roofs. Well, I like to think of my window as it's the red window, because I get to see so much of my part of the neighborhood. Oh, whoa. I see people everywhere. Look at that. I see people everywhere. From my window. When it's too hot, some people bring the sea to their homes to make the day cooler. What do you have that helps make your place cooler? I know Amanda Wortman and Baby Bia, you have your splash pad. What do the rest of us have? What helps us keep cool? When it's too hot, some people bring the sea to their homes to make the day cooler. Yes. Popsicles, please. When night falls, I see many lights and fireflies flashing in the darkening paths. When night falls, I see many lights and fireflies flashing in the darkening paths. What do you see from your window at night? What is your neighborhood like at night? Sometimes when it rains a lot, a rainbow visits my shack and turns a gray day into a bright one. Oh. Yeah, I love rainbows. Sometimes when it rains a lot, a rainbow visits my shack and turns a gray day into a bright one. And I hope that if you're having a gray day, it turns into a very bright one. I want to see the end of the rainbow. Not for the treasure. I want to solve a mystery that's worth more than gold. What could it be? I want to see the end of the rainbow. Not for the treasure. I want to solve a mystery that's worth more than gold. From my window, I talk to my friends. Talking that starts a game. From my window, I talk to my friends. Talking that starts a game. We played that game before. Maybe not from window to window, play yard. Maybe in science class. From my window, I talk to my friends. Talking that starts a game. Our telephone game turns into funk, turns into rhyme, turns into poetry. Our telephone game turns into funk, turns into rhyme, turns into poetry. From my window, I hear sounds that make me very sad. Yeah. Sometimes I can't go to school or play outside. Yeah. Sometimes our neighborhoods can be like that, isn't it? Some neighborhoods can be like that. And it's a shame. When being at home is scary. From my window, I hear sounds that make me very sad. Sometimes I can't go to school or play outside. From my window, I close my eyes and imagine the empty field full of people. From my window, I close my eyes and imagine the empty field full of people. What are they doing? People who dream of scoring an incredible goal at the packed Maracana Stadium. Oh. Yes. People who dream of scoring an incredible goal at the packed Maracana Stadium. Yes, the famed Maracana. From my window, I see the sunrise. I see people everywhere. Oh. From my window, I see the sunrise. I see people everywhere. There's a lot in those pictures. I hope that I'm giving enough time on them. Those stunning illustrations indeed by Vanina Starkoff. People patching roofs that broke in the rain. Yeah, sometimes happens. From my window, I see a lot of people. People patching roofs that broke in the rain. What else? What else? People searching for their treasures. Yes. From my window, I see lots of people. People patching roofs that broke from the rain. People searching for their treasures. People making a livelihood. People carrying books going to school. What do you see from your window? What do you see in your neighborhood? From my window, I see people carrying books going to school. Maybe not quite on summer break. From my window, what happens? What do you see? From my window. Oh, that is a good looking window too. Look at that. I see my favela. Oh, it is indeed a stunning sight. Just beautiful illustration. What do you see from your window? What do you see in your neighborhood? And think about that question too. What is one thing that you love about your neighborhood? From my window, I see my favela. What do you see from your window? And just a little bit here, it says, what is a favela? So I was just going to read that very quickly, and so we can understand a little bit where this is coming from. A favela, as it says here, favela is a special type of district in Brazil. Favelas are not managed by the government like other areas. Instead, the people who live in favelas are in charge of them. 1 out of every 5 people in Rio de Janeiro, one of Brazil's largest cities, lives in a favela. Because favelas are not connected to the government, it is difficult for residents to get resources like running water or electricity. This makes some people think that favelas are poorly built. But in fact, most favela homes are built of strong materials like brick, concrete, and steel. The favela in this book is based on Complexo de Alemão in Rio de Janeiro, where author Otavio Jr. grew up. While it is known for having problems with violence, there are other many parts of life in a favela. Brazilian funk, also called favela funk, is a type of music that originated in favelas. Football, called soccer in the United States and Canada, is also popular in favelas. Complexo do Alemão is about 5 miles away from Rio's Maracanã Stadium, which has held crowds of over 150,000 people watching football matches. And so that's just a little bit of insight into what favelas are. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I appreciate being here with you. And a little bit about Otavio Jr., the author. It also mentions here that from my window, I see thousands of stories, and I wish to hear them, tell them, and help them be heard. I live to tell stories mostly about the favela, which is a whole world inside a city, with its language, culture, and traditions. A book saved me because I believed in the magical power of literature, and I want the favela to be immortalized in it. Otavio Jr. And it says when Otavio Jr. was a child, he used to carry around a suitcase full of books to help kids in his favela. In 2011, he opened the first permanent children's library in Complexo, inspiring stories, powerful story indeed. And if you don't follow Otavio Jr. on Instagram and other socials, you find him and follow him and see all these beautiful activities that he's up to and wonderful works that he has. And then about Vanina Starkoff, the illustrator. It says, from my window, the world has always been a joyful and happy patchwork. It became even prettier when I met Otavio, and little by little, a beautiful friendship was born and has grown together. I was born in beautiful Latin America in the city of Buenos Aires, and I have been living in Brazil for many years. My heart led me on a path to discover the universe of illustrations and children's books. I am passionate about the varied scenes I painted in this one. Vanina Starkoff. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. That was just a little bit about the author and illustrator and what a favela is. And yes, definitely something to dive into. And look, life is complex. And sometimes, we only know one aspect of a particular place, one aspect of a thing. And that might limit us from digging deeper and learning more about this. And like we see here, we might only see favelas from what we know on TV or something, but it would be good to read about them. And maybe even if like opportunities like this arise where you can talk to people, follow people that are actually living in them and see the amazing work that is happening and the amazing life that people live in there too. Just wanted to share that today. And thank you so much. I appreciate Otavio Jr. for giving us this window to look into his favela today, to look into his place of his childhood home and the place where he grew up, and a place clearly that he loves and still goes back and many wonderful things. Thank you so much for joining in today on Storytime. I am glad that we're here looking in from my window, and this one came to you from Otavio Jr., Vanina Starkoff, and it was read with permission of Barefoot Books. A big thank you to them indeed for allowing us to share this lovely book right here on Storytime. Thank you so much. Let us see who was with us this morning one more time, and indeed look at what is it that you love about your neighborhood. Thank you so much for joining in today, and always love it being here with you. And I'm glad today, this is just thankful. I know that one piece of technology let us down today, but another one still allowed us to be here. And I hope, the stream is good enough. But if not too, we will bring this book back another day so that we can get to enjoy it some more and indeed get to ponder more about life's questions. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Amanda, you say we love our splash pad and makeshift water slide. Well, thank you. That will keep you cool for sure. Thank you so much for joining in. Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you for going through so much effort for this book today. This book is amazing, teaches culture and new experiences, and also teaches us to appreciate what we might see outside our own windows. Yes, indeed. Couldn't say it better. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Sarah and Nathan. Appreciate you. And indeed, that is so true. That teaches us culture and new experiences, and also teaches us to appreciate what we might see outside our own window. So if you have not done that, and sometimes, it's not easy to just take things for granted. It becomes routine. You go past things, you go past places. Next time in your neighborhood, actually take a slow walk and take in all the sounds and sights and sounds of your neighborhood and see what you appreciate. For me, honestly, being in Oakland, I appreciate the diversity of the city, of course, but even in just in the neighborhood, there's just so much. It's eclectic. I love that, and I love that there's a park right next door too, right nearby. I can go there, sit outside if I want to. I can go there and kick the ball about, and it is a safe park, and so thankful for little things like that. I love that about it, and yeah, and also that I can bike. There are many bike lanes around here, so that is a good thing too. I hope that you look out for those little things that you appreciate in the neighborhood, and indeed you share them, or indeed like just as a way of reflecting, as a way of being thankful, as a way of being appreciative of whatever is around us. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. And Nathan, Sarah, you said she loves our neighborhood pool. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That sounds awesome. Nathan likes the quiet of our neighborhood. Oh, yes, indeed. And I love watching the green and flowers arrive after long white winters, and also seeing the St. Louis Arch in a different state from certain areas in our neighborhood. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. No, next time I'm in St. Louis visiting my cousin, I will definitely let you know that I'm out there. And yeah, but hopefully see you out there. Thank you so much. I didn't quite realize that you were that close to the arch, or indeed that close to St. Louis. For some reason, I was thinking it was much further. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. I love that. I love that. That is definitely, like an icon, a beautiful, beautiful symbol. And yeah, I'm glad that you get to see that. And thank you for sharing those appreciations for your neighborhood. Thank you, Sarah and Nathan. Appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed the rest of the day today. Indeed, story time a little bit different. A few things here and there that had to be shifted around. But we're here. I am glad we're here. I'm most thankful that we're still here. We're able to share this book together and read it. And if you can find it at your local libraries, please find it and support this amazing women-led organization, which is Barefoot Books, that published this one. And of course, Otavio Jr. and Vanina Starkoff, thank you for this wonderful book. To everybody that was joining in Storytime, please look out your window. Look at all the little things that you could appreciate about your neighborhood. And I know sometimes it's so easy to just focus on what you may not like, but I want us to deliberately focus on those things that we like. Is the quiet of your neighborhood that you like Nathan, or indeed is it the local swimming pool that you like Sarah, or indeed if you're like me, you like the local park that is outside. So please find those little bright spots, and hopefully they brighten your day. They turn that gray day into a very bright one indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. It is always a pleasure. I do not take it for granted. I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking time to be here. I appreciate you taking time to read with me here on Storytime. And I hope that there'll be many more books read today, and of course many read over the weekend. Next week, we are back on Monday. We have a special guest that will be coming here to talk about the event that we'll be having on July 28th and why that is important. So please do join in and get to meet our guest, and of course hear about this organization, which is Legal Assistance for Seniors, an organization indeed, like the name says, that helps many of our seniors out there that sometimes, unfortunately, people try to take advantage of or indeed neglect. So how can we support? How can we help? Please join in on Monday and we have that conversation. And if you have any questions, please be ready. We'll be talking to our friend from Legal Assistance for Seniors. So please do join in, and of course preparing for the event that is happening on July 28th. So if you're here around here in our area and close to me out here in Oakland in the Bay, please do join us for this event that is happening on July 28th, celebrating our community. And this one will be at Fairyland. Yes, the famed Fairyland out here in Oakland. And a little bit, I think we talked about this too. Fairyland is actually what inspired Walt Disney to create Disneyland. So one of Oakland's many claims right there. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Another thing to appreciate in this city of Oakland, in the wider neighborhood that I live in. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you indeed for being patient with me today as we came on later trying to figure out this internet situation. But also, like, it just speaks to the kind of people that you are. I appreciate this community. Every time I feel calm, I feel at home, I feel happy, and indeed feel loved. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have a lovely day. Next week, we're back with stories. I will be away from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but we'll still make it. We'll still work it. Everything, all the good videos will be there for you so you can still enjoy them. But I'll be here live on Monday and Tuesday. So please do join in. And then on, I'm going to see my sister and visit my sister and indeed just enjoy some family time as well. But we'll be putting up all the videos so you can enjoy them, going back to some of our good interviews that we've had, good conversations that we've had, and also some amazing books that we haven't brought back in a while so you can enjoy them. Thank you so much for being here indeed on Storytime. Always appreciate you, and please continue to send those recommendations. And I hope that you have a lovely, lovely weekend indeed. And let's see, let me try one more time to play the music this time. It's from a different source, so this is all new to me today. Please bear with me. Okay, there we go. Yes, indeed. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining me on Storytime. And I will see you again on Monday. More Storytime. Monday and Tuesday live. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we will be coming in with the recordings. And then I think that following week, it'll be the reverse. Monday, Tuesday with recordings, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're back with the lives. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. Promise me this today as you walk in your neighborhood. I know that some of you have already mentioned the things that you have appreciated, things that you've seen and just appreciate. Let's go and identify something else today, something else that we can identify that is beautiful in our neighborhood, that makes us love our neighborhood even more. Thank you so much for joining in, everybody. I know that, there's so much that happens in the world, so much. But I am glad that we're able to carve out this little space that we can be here, enjoy books together, enjoy reading together, enjoy community together. And I appreciate you. I am so thankful. It always brightens my mornings. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Thank you so much. I hope that you have a lovely day today. Bye-bye.
He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Your favorite stories with this great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Mr. Limata.